What's going on, guys? Today we're back for the second vlog in the monthly Mayhem series. This time I'm a little bit further behind than I wanted to. Obviously, I was gone for 4 or 5 days back to Missouri, back home for a 106th birthday party, but I'm back now and trying to do some catch up. I've got my templates that I created from those CAD drawings that we went over the last time. You know, I just created a bunch of drawings and templates. These are what will actually show me the lengths and how things need to be bent so that I can build the cage that I showed you designing not too long ago. The cage that I'm going to work with in this video, I'm actually going to do solid rod rather than messing with the tubing. When I do tubing, I use this bender here, which is an Oaken Shield Productions bender, and it's a cool bender and it works really well for doing tubing. This is about an $80 bender, and it doesn't come with this base that I've got it bolted to or a handle. This is a drumstick that I made my handle out of, and then I used a piece of 3/4 inch by 1.5 inch aluminum as the base so I could put it in my vise. This is a cool bender. It's very nice and it works really well for tubing, but it's not needed for solid rod. For solid rod, I actually use this other one that I've got here, and this is the BAC Industries Mighty Rod Bender. This thing's like 30 or 35 bucks. You can get them on Amazon, and bang for the buck for solid rod, this thing is awesome. It comes with a bunch of different dies, so you can really, you know, change up the size of the radius that you want on the bend. I don't use any die at all for when you want the tightest bend, and that's actually the one that I end up using the most. And then sometimes I'll put a little bit larger radius on here or there for whatever reason or whatever look I'm trying to go for at the time, but most of the time I don't use any of other die on that thing at all. I've had this thing for years, and this thing is one of the most handy little fabrication tools you can have in the shop. So I'm not going to be able to do a lot of talking and showing you what I'm doing when I'm out there actually working, because there's CNC machines running and just there's a lot of noise, and you can't hear myself talking into a mic. It's just not going to work very well. So I'll try and show you guys as best as I can what I'm doing with captions on the screen and things like that, or some voiceover where I can, but it's going to be limited just because of working situations. They're not ideal for showing you or telling you, talking you through exactly what I'm doing. A couple of other things. I didn't get the tire foams in yet, but they're on their way. Those shipped out, so we'll have those soon, and I'm going to get those working on. I also decided that I am going to cut the tires and fix in a new bead. Now, I have not done that myself in the past, and I'm going to try and over-engineer it as much as possible, and I'm going to 3D print myself some jigs so that I can perfectly cut the circles that I want and then try and perfectly hold them in place so I can glue them. I've got big grand plans in my head, and I'm hoping that I can get that accomplished here this weekend or so. I'm gonna wait till the foams come in, because I'm also going to see if I can narrow up those DE wheels a little bit like I talked about the last time. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that. It seems probably like the best idea to try and keep that tire where it's supposed to be, rather than trying to just stretch that inner bead and let that tire want to walk around. I kind of talked about this before. I'm going to be TIG brazing this cage rather than TIG welding or just regular brazing. I'm going to be using my Razor Weld 160p TIG. Now that's roughly a $700 or $800 TIG, which is very affordable for the features that it has, but it's not something that a lot of people are just going to run out and go buy, and I get that. I am only a hobbyist, so it's been a great machine for me. I would highly suggest it for anyone who's using it in the ways like I do. I think it's a really nice welder for what I'm using it for, so take that for what it is. Now, with that said, there's lots of other ways to fabricate cages. You can do the old school brazing method, with some Harris safety sieve and a regular torch. That works really well. You get really clean joints, and it's a lot like soldering. The TIG welding or the TIG brazing side that I'm going to be doing feels a lot like that. Except the TIG torch just heats things up so much faster, makes it so much easier. In general, I think it's just a lot easier way to go. I think it's easier overall than regular brazing, but I have the tool here, so that's what I'm going to use. So I'm going to get out there. I'm going to start cutting my pieces, bending them to my templates as best I can, get things ready, and start fabricating. Well, I'll link to all the stuff that I'm using best I can in the description below. You'll find as much information as I have located there. We'll jump into it. Again, I'll try and give you as much information in text during my fabrication process as possible, but I've got to get to work because it's Thursday now, so I need to do as much as I can tonight, get home, get this edited and uploaded for tomorrow morning. This will not be the only fabrication video in the series because I definitely will not be getting everything done tonight. So it's almost 10 o'clock at night already. I'm gonna call it done for the night. I got the base of the frame put together. And it looks pretty good. I'm gonna take the rear of that bumper off so it'll sit down, but everything's fitting about like I thought. Clearances look pretty good. I think we're in pretty good shape actually. I'm not seeing really any major design issues between what I drew and what came out. Exact positioning of this front to clear the shocks is about the only thing, you know. But obviously we have a ton of filling in to do. The crossbars, all the bracing, windshield, roof, rear section, all of this. And then we've got to tie that into the bulkheads. And then we're going to do the full lower section to the cage as well, just to get it all tied in one piece. You can see here that this part of the chassis is actually wider than my upper part. So that's going to be a little funny. I'm going to have to try and find a way to either trim that piece or fill it in with weird patch panels. I don't know. Right now, this thing, I banged this thing together in like I don't know, a little under 3 hours probably. I'm a sweaty, disgusting mess. I need to get home and start editing this video. Otherwise, I would just keep slamming away on this chassis because I'm actually making pretty good progress. But instead, I'll save that for this weekend, and hopefully I'll be able to get that all done so that I can start working on body panel details and interior pieces and things like that. I'm going to cut the trash talking short on this one because I'm so far behind compared to Matt that maybe I tone it down just a little bit for this vlog. But we'll pick it right back up on next Wednesday for the next update video. Hoping that we've made significant progress by that point, and that this thing is looking much closer to the actual Ultra4 truck that I hope and I plan that it will be. So thanks for watching, guys. Hit the like button if you enjoy it. Subscribe if you're not already. Hit the notification bell so you see the videos as soon as they pop up. Monthly Mayhem every Wednesday, every Friday. Scale news on Mondays. I missed the last one because I was out of town in Missouri. But that's all we got for this week. More fabrication in the next video, I'm sure of it. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you on the next one.